A little bit up here. Yeah, I'd like to call this junior meeting to order. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Here. Here. Mr. Fader. Here. Mr. Gardner.
Here.
Mr. Hanlon.
Here.
Mrs. Kenny. Here. Mr. Moore. Here. Mr. Nagel.
Here.
Mr. Probst.
Here.
Mr. Stinger. Mr. Wallace. Here. Mr. Watson.
Here.
Any public participation? Minutes, please. The minutes are sent out with your packets. Are there any comments or questions? If not, I recommend the board approve the minutes from the last meeting.
So moved.
Jason? Second? Mike? All those in favor? Opposed? Same motion?
I'm staying, so I'll
Abstain. Two abstains, three abstentions. You got it, Juan? Favor? Okay, I'll go in the packets. Go over the cash summary. The general fund balance for the month of May was $7,803,822.60. Lawn retirement fund was zero. Cafeteria fund was $17,350.02. We had a grand total of all funds of $9,497,364.31. We had cash disbursement for the month of $797,242.54. Our investments for the month of May, we had interest of $33,072. A fiscal year to date total of $350,847.22. Also, going to ask for approval for fund-to-fund transfers. It would be from the general fund, $8,000 to the Belmont Career Center School Support Fund, Fund 01891100, $2,000 from the general fund to the Harrison Career Center School Support Fund, Fund 01892200, and $47,000 from the general fund cafeteria fund at Harrison 0069210. The reason why that's more than it was last year, as you know, since we made some changes over there, we're going to have to supplement from the general fund each year. But also we had some issues with some equipment over there with the original equipment stuff. We had a cooler that went down. We're replacing it with a warmer and a cooler. It takes up the same amount of area in that spot, and that was a big part of this 47,000.
I think that's understandable. It's original.
Yeah, it's very, very old. Any questions on any of the above items? If not, I recommend the board to approve items A through G. Mr. Mike, Eric, motion in a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Superintendent?
I just have a couple things. First, May Students of the Month at the Belmont Career Center, 9th grade, Olivia Shippey, construction trades from Bel Air. 10th grade, Jordan Galliford, automotive technology from Barnesville. 11th grade, Kelly Metals, hair design from Harrison Central. And 12th grade, Casey Gallagher, precision machining Shadyside. And we had none from the Harrison Career Center. So congratulations to the Belmont students of the month. You also have the end of the year, 49 weeks, report, or not report card, but honor roll and president's principal list. I'd like to congratulate all those students who achieved at least honor roll status for the 49 weeks. I think everybody have those in front and back.
A lot of kids.
Yeah.
Very good.
And I want to update the board on the construction project. It seems to be moving a little slow. We are still trying to get the floor drains replaced in the heavy trade labs. They're still at the Belmont site currently. They're setting the precast today. They did the diesel last week. They worked on auto collision today, and they're close to, they hopefully have most of auto mechanics finished tomorrow. I would hope that they start pouring concrete in those labs this week, and they still have to excavate the loading dock and remove all that concrete. We'd like to get them out of here soon, so we can get them over to Harrison as well, because we're scheduled for the asphalt people to resurface the lots, beginning the first week of July. So that's where we're at. And the asphalt folks were supposed to be here sometime this week to lay a top coat outside Precision Machining Lab and do some patching out front before we seal in July. So they want to at least get some of that working. Anybody have anything for me or questions?
Legislator report. I wish I could give you some good news. I mean, I guess we'll wait and see what comes out of Columbus. The group that's trying to take away all property tax, they're moving along. I mean, we may have that on by May of next year, it looks like. Unless something from the legislature changes course, that would be the dagger to the heart of the public school. There's no way that you'll ever pass the kind of income that you need. So I don't know where we're heading. I guess I'm gonna see if we can take St. Clair's and make it a private school. See if we can get funding from the state that way.
I said,
I don't know what else. I don't know what else to do with it.
here's what I said, okay, eliminate the property tax, make everybody pay at 30% sales tax. You
It's,
gotta make the money up somehow. We're gonna end up paying higher taxes.
they have lowered the 6% income tax down to 2.75.
I thought it was.
Now, that's a big drop. At 6% is where it may have to go back just to make up for some of those. I guess we'll wait and see what comes out.
Yes.
It's,
It's a mess.
I am having a meeting in Marietta, I think 8:30, so that's the only reason I have. I'll keep you posted on anything else.
You said you have a meeting?
I have a meeting with my August, August 3rd.
And then you have the thing here on the event.
Yes. Yes. We will have a meeting between the lower part of the northern and the upper part of the southern. We'll get about 20 or 30 people. It'll be fine. That's all I have. Thank you.
Next up, we have Mr. Bill Glitch, our marketing coordinator, here to give his report for the past year.
All right, thank you, Mr. Shea. This year was one of our best recruiting years we've had in a long time. We have most of our programs full. Many of them have waiting lists, which that hasn't happened for a long time. And a lot of that, I think, is past several years. Things have been getting much, much better as far as recruiting and, cooperation from our schools. The schools couldn't be any better right now, in my opinion. Our administrative staffs at the schools are very cooperative. Our school counselors, the teachers I go in the classrooms couldn't be more supportive. It's been a great environment, for the last few years. So that's showing as these students are coming out here to the career center. So, back in the 1970s, this place used to be really cool. And they kind of slowed down for many years later. So now it's kind of picking back up here again with people realizing that for technical education is something that's very important right now. So things are going very, very well, in my opinion, in that way. So this new school year, we'll go right back at it again, starting in August. September, we're due for our next video again. Every 3 years, we always make a new recruiting video and make sure that everything is current and up to date, the equipment, the students actually as well, because that's a big thing too. When I'm showing a video at the high school and they recognize the students that are in the video, all that stuff, it works out very well. So about every 3 years, we do that to make sure that's all up to date. And then we continue on with we'll do our surveys in October with the students about the programs we currently offer. November and March, we have our visitation days in which they come to the buildings and actually go in for hands-on days and so forth. So a lot of different activities throughout the whole school year. So things have been going very well in that standpoint, from my perspective here, between what I do. Out there. Any questions you may have for me?
Yeah, just was curious. You said there was a waiting list and you haven't had that in years. How is the waiting list?
Well, most of each program has a waiting list. So if someone actually drops out or decides not to come over the summertime and being school year, then we take very first on the list, we call them, you still want to come out? Yes or no? No, then they go to the next person on the list and so forth. So each program will have its own list. Yeah, so. And they still keep coming in. And they do, most of our applications come in online. So I see every one of those as they come in, they just keep coming in. Every time I look on, there's a first choice, second choice. Well, that was cool, that was cool. But you get on the waiting list, I suppose. So.
That's good.
Yes. And everything's based on first come, first serve. Nowadays we have to do it that way, not based on anything else. So when the application comes in, we date it, time, date, and so forth, and they get first choice. And we can't pick and choose who we, want in the program, so we have to follow that as well.
And the contract with D&D doesn't, it's the same as it always has.
And follow it, yeah. Now this is one addition this year is we do the video, but that's just still part of the same amount.
Right.
How many billboards does 25K get us? I'm assuming. I mean, how many locations or is that just one?
No, it's all over Belmont, Harris County.
Okay.
Yeah, so usually when we have our recruiting days in November and March, that's when we have most of them up throughout the area. We try to get at least one in every town, at the school districts of the 8. Sometimes it just depends on if somebody else already has that board first. We've been on the St. Clair's one there by West Texas Roadhouse, the digital board, and so forth. And
I mean, the reason I'm asking that is because I feel like just something else that I'm working on, and we're going to charge like $3,000 for like 30 days.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to look at numbers, and they're running about 30 days for when you're thinking about 8 signs.
And isn't it sometimes if they don't, if somebody's not gonna
Right.
use that board, you get to stay on?
right.
And the other thing too,
Somebody-
DJ, is that we're getting a discount. We're getting DRD's discount on going through them. So
Yeah.
you're being quoted one price that would be
Yeah.
less for
Right.
more
Well,
exposure, yeah.
Curious just about how many.
And will you have a list of that? So I'd like to drive around and see where every one of those is.
Well, when we do those, we won't know what they are until we actually
Okay.
get them set. So, yeah, we could do that.
Thank you.
We try to do it, and so there's one in every school district, but we should put it somewhere like Route 7, maybe south for Shadyside, of Bel Air, north for Martins Ferry, Canada, just a lot of, wherever we can find one, we can stick in there, yeah. Any other questions?
Thank you.
All right, great, thank you.
Next, we have Heather Austin. She's going to give us a report on the student bonus success funding.
The student bonus and success funding, along with the disadvantaged pupil impact aid, is dollars that we get to help our students out. And we do that through various means. So student bonus and success, we contract with the ESE, and we are able to provide our school nurse and our prevention specialist for mental health services full-time to both Harrison and Belmont County students, as well as we pay a portion of Mr. Francis's salary out of that based on him being our homeless liaison for the school district. So those are all things that are very important for our students, and using those professionals to help students be able to, come to school daily and receive the supports that they need. The disadvantaged pupil impact aid, again, monies that are spent on dropout prevention, using our ISS monitor, CCAP, as well as purchasing Admentum through the ESC for credit recovery for our students. And then, of course, school safety and security, our resource officers here at Belmont with Steve over here, as well as our Harrison County partnership with the Sheriff's Office. In addition, a fire and security monitoring vendor, and then the use of Public School Works to provide our teachers with professional development to make sure that they are getting the mandatory training that they have. And so that's how we have worked to get those dollars spent down. And those had to be completely eliminated by the end, or we would have to spend some of that money back. And something that we worked hard not to do. Any questions for myself or for Mark as we partner to do this?
Have we ever had a year that we had to give money back?
No, it wasn't a requirement.
Well, the last budget, we had to have the money mainly for the student bonus and success fund, more so than DPIA. And we had quite a bit left. But by utilizing Eric and the guidance office in this as well, helped out a lot. So we had to have everything spent that we received up through fiscal year 2024 by the end of this year. We'll have a little bit left over from this year, but that's okay. As long as we had it all spent up through 2024 by the end of this fiscal year.
That's one of the requirements that we need to get that spent down, so.
We can always spend money.
Yeah.
Any other questions for Heather? Thank you.
I'd like to have a motion to go into executive session. So moved. I'd like to have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank
Thank you. Sneak out.
you.
Let's get her cracking, man. That money, you know, they're always running out of lots of stuff going on. Mark, I like that idea, if I'm keeping you guys on the same.
Yeah, I think so.
I like. Now, we. Oh, there he is.
Good up here, Josh, you good back there?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, supplemental appropriations. In order to complete fiscal year 2025, it is necessary that the Board of Education approve supplemental appropriation. This is for the fiscal year ending June 30th of 2025. Increase, the general fund, Fund 001, $2,300,000. Increase public school support, $17,000. Termination of benefits fund, Fund 035, increase $45,000. Student activity fund, increase $44,177.50. Network subsidy fund, Fund 451, increase $382.28. Miscellaneous state grants, Fund 499, increase $2,500. Our Perkins grant, Fund 524, increased $13,090.69. Cafeteria fund, Fund 006, increased $26,500. Any questions? If not, I recommend the board to approve the above item.
Second. Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Mark?
Appropriations for fiscal year 2026. The board needs to set, appropriations for the beginning of the next fiscal year, ending June 30th, 2026. General fund, $12,500,000. Bond retirement, $54,750. Public school support, $10,000. Student activity fund, $20,000. Perkins grants, that's the VEPD, Fund 524, $24,300. Capital project fund, $700,000. Cafeteria fund, 006, $392,000. Customer service, $10,000. And our special trust fund, that's our scholarship fund, 007, $30,000. Any questions on the above items?
That 392 sounds like a lot.
Which one?
The cafeteria, 392.
Not really. It's really not much more than what it was this year.
Okay, just a big number of it.
Any other questions? If not, I recommend the board to approve the above item.
So moved.
Second. Eric, second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay. Agenda item 10, A through G, we have one addendum for this. Under employment recommendations, A, retirement request. Accept the retirement request of Lee Bratton, Assistant Treasurer, budgetary effective August 20, 2025. Under B, resignations, accept the resignation request of Heather Austin, Director of CTE, effective August 16, 2025. Under C, new hires, Loretta Hannah, summer custodian for Belmont and Harrison Career Centers, 28 hours per week, $15 per hour.
No, we need to change that to separate.
Subrate, sorry. Okay. Ryan Horvath, maintenance custodial, Harrison, full-time classified, step 6, 1-year contract for a balance of the fiscal year 25, effective June 16th. Ryan Horvath, maintenance custodial, Harrison Career Center, full-time, step 6, 1-year contract for the 25-26 school year. Pierce Leister, summer custodian, Belmont and Harrison campuses. That is sub rate $15 an hour.
It would be separate.
I said sub rate, didn't
Mhm.
You did, you said
$15 an
$15 you said $15 an hour.
Did we have to celebrate, right?
Yeah, it'll change when we get into the next fiscal year.
I? Well, that's correct right now.
Yeah, but then they work in the next fiscal year.
Well, then he's covered for next fiscal year, but that's for current. This is initial.
I'm taking the $15 out.
Okay. Matthew Shreve, Belmont Career Center Principal, full-time certified, step 10, 1-year contract, 25-26 school year. Heather, Personnel Committee.
Yes, we, met, prior to the meeting and, obviously the two summer custodians we, have working already for us and they are helping out at Belmont and Harrison. Loretta is the ISS person for us in the district, at Belmont Career Center. And, Pierce Leister is Lily Leister's son, who just graduated high school, and she is a contracted employee through the ESC. And both of them are working out really well for us. Ryan Horvath, we interviewed, well, Mr. Shane interviewed several people starting off. None of them came to fruition, and I interviewed along with Tim and Steve, interviewed another guy who also didn't work out for us. So Ryan Horvath, we just interviewed recently. He took the position and has been with us since last Monday, the 16th. And Tim has been working very closely with him when he is not on vacation to make sure that this one sticks, hopefully. So we're excited to have Ryan. And Matt Shreve is coming to us from Martins Ferry, rather reluctantly. But,
The bills are total.
but he interviewed very well, has a lot of great qualities that I think will work out here as a team member for our administrative team. And he actually is, was here on last Wednesday and participated in the Okta meeting that we had for career tech administrators for our Region 5 district from Jefferson down to Portsmouth, and fit right in with us. So we're excited to have Matt Shreve be Belmont Career Center's principal. Mr. Warren.
You heard the bell ring already, that Personnel Committee approves your recommendation or agrees with your recommendation.
Okay, moving on, under D, staff contracts, I recommend the following staff contracts be approved for the 25-26 school year as presented with appropriate step increases as needed. Part-time certified support staff, Loretta Hannis, 1-year contract, Aubrey Stewart, 1-year contract. Part-time non-certified support staff, for John Donahue, 1 year, Bonnie Hannis, 1 year, Melissa Korkowski, 1 year, Misty Little, 1 year, Beth Lucas, 1 year. Under E, supplemental contracts, which are extended service days for the 25-26 school year, I recommend the following be approved for the 25-26 school year. Alan Albright, 5 days. Keith Baum, 5 days. Richard DeNoble, 5 days. Deanna Duche, 5 days. Michelle Ebert, 5 days. Aaron Ellery, 5 days. Alan Fisher, 5 days. Pam Fisher, 10 days. Eric Francis, 20. Jeff Fry, 3 days. Matthew Garrett, 5 days. Rhonda Glenn, 4 days. Ryan Greer, 5 days. Micaiah Green, 5 days. Brandy Holloway, 8 days. Matt Krupa, 3 days. Patty Coon Morgan, 8 days. Sherry Duggan, 4 days. Rick Mead, 5 days. Linda Metz, 3 days. Jessica Moore, 3 days. Anthony Mowry, 3 days. David Naaman, 5 days. Jonathan O'Grady, 5 days. Julie O'Neill, 8 days. Bobby Richmond, 5 days. Ryan Romchak, 5 days. Dustin Rose is a scratch. I'm not recommending him for any days. Matthew Sharp, 5 days. Bailey Sieber, 5 days. Amanda Smith, 3 days. Jamie Vinskovich, 5 days. Crystal Warner, 5 days. Katie Warner, 5 days. Lakin Weaver, 7 days. And Beth Wilson, 5 days. Item F, Substitute pay rate. Effective July 1st, 2025, substitute cook, custodian, maintenance, and secretary's pay rate will be $16 an hour. That's going up $1. And effective July 1st, substitute teacher pay rate will go up to $125 a day for those. And for those holding a substitute teaching license, and for $150 a day for those who hold a valid teaching license that is substitute. Also, addendum item G, approved supplemental contract for Pam Fisher for this current school year, 24-25, and 3 more additional days. Mark has her working on the CEP.
Yes.
Information that they still need to complete, and that does not mean she'll use the entire 3 days, but Mark recommending 3 days. This point, I recommend the Board of Education approve agenda item 10, employment recommendations A through G.
I'm sorry.
All those in favor? Opposed? Motion carries.
Items 11A through M, we also have an addendum on there. Mark?
Insurance policy renewal, which is enclosed in your packet, recommended Board of Education to renew the liability, violence, auto, property, cyber, pollution, and excess crime insurance policy with Ohio school plans. Other administrative services for fiscal year July 1/25 to 7/1/26. VCAP school meal program approved the school district to operate the school meal program for the Belmont County Alternative Program for the 2025-2026 school year. Harrison County Board of DD School Meal Program approved the school district to operate the school meal program for the Harrison County Board of DD for the 2025-2026 school year. Bread contract, award the bread contract to Nicholas Bakery at the prices quoted to the Omarisa Cooperative Service for the 2025-2026 school year. Milk contract, award the milk contract to United Dairy at the prices quoted to the Omarisa Cooperative Services for the 2025-2026 school year. Reach Technology Maintenance Agreement, approve the renewal of the maintenance agreement with Reach Technology. That's for just one component in our treasure vault, which is the folding machine now.
Item G, memberships, renew the membership in the Coalition of Rural and Appalachian Schools, known as COURS, for the 25-26 school year, and renew the membership in the High Coalition Plus annual Ed Choice voucher litigation for equity and adequacy for fiscal year 25-26. And item H, donations. Accept the following monetary donations to the Belmont Career Center's Automotive Technology Program. $75 from Heather Austin of Bethesda, Ohio, and $50 from Lee Bratton of Belmont, Ohio. Accept the following monetary donations to the Harrison Career Center Ag Mechanics FFA program. $690 from Chad Renner of Stanford, Kentucky, and $562 from Tracy Renner of Stanford, Kentucky. Mark, donated funds.
Donated funds, approval of the use of donated funds from the National Food Group, which we received about 2-3 years ago, to relieve student meal debt from the 24-25 school year in the amount of $999.32.
Item J, student handbook revisions, which are enclosed in your packet. Approve the student handbook revisions for the school year 25-26. Heather, you have anything to comment about?
We just made some minor changes and some updates in, the discipline of things that we noticed students were trying to get away with. So we added those to there, and then there was a requirement for the hotline for, I believe it was suicide prevention, that Cheryl Panic made sure that she got the correct wording and put that in there, just to make sure that we were in compliance.
Item K, Raptor Technologies enclosed. Approve the invoice from Raptor Technologies for Employee Safe Suite annual subscription for web-based safety and regulatory compliance training for the staff for the 25-26 school year. It used to be called Public School Works, but that's the company that now owns them. And under L, professional meetings and out-of-school activities, Cheryl Sapanic, Director of Student Services, to the All Ohio ACT Conference in Columbus, Ohio, July 21st through the 23rd. You can see the estimated cost for that conference. An addendum item and local government services contract agreement, Mark.
Approve a one-year, year agreement with the, local government services section of the Auditor of State's Office to prepare financial statements for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025. And that agreement is, you have that with your packet.
There's nothing else. I recommend the Board of Education approve the contracts and other business. Agenda items 11A through M.
So moved. So. Back. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Continue on.
Item 12, East Central High ESC service contract. That's also enclosed. Approve the service contract with East Central High Educational Service Center for fiscal year 2026. I recommend Board of Education approve the contract.
I'll motion.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Okay.
Item 13, DRD Consulting contract also enclosed. Renew the contract with DRD Consulting St. Clairsville. Provide the advertising. Education.
So moved. Okay. Second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Policies, which was enclosed, recommend the Board of Education to adopt the following revised policy. Policy 1520, employment of administration. I recommend the board to approve the above item 14.
We met, Eric, you guys have a recommendation? We did meet and we set the policy of that second. Ed? Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Item 15, legal services, resolution retaining certain professional service of Pepper Wagner, LTD in connection with legal matters relating to the education and the operation of the school district. I recommend the Board of Education approve this resolution.
So we second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Resolution to create capital project fund, whereas the board has determined that it's the best interest of the district to transfer funds from the general fund to a capital project fund for the acquisition, construction, or improvement of fixed assets of the district, including motor vehicles to be utilized by the district. It is further resolved that the treasurer be and hereby authorized and directed transfer the sum of $2 million from the general fund to the capital project fund and expend funds in said capital project fund for the purposes as stated. I recommend the board to approve the above item.
So moved. Second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Item 17, ratification of the Belmont Harrison Vocational Education Association negotiated agreement. I recommend the Board of Education ratify the Belmont Harrison Vocational School District Education Association negotiated agreement effective July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2027.
I'll make that motion.
Yes.
Okay. Mike, you second on that? Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
I'll go through a roll call on this.
Oh, okay.
Roll call, since it's in.
Okay. Mr. Ayers?
Yes.
Mr. Fader?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Hanlon?
Yes.
Mrs. Kenny?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Yes.
Mr. Nagel?
Aye.
Mr. Probst?
Yes.
Mr. Stinger? Mr. Wallace?
Yes.
Mr. Watson?
Item 18, ratification of the Belmont Harrison Vocational School District Support Staff Agreement. I recommend the Board of Education ratify the Belmont Harrison Vocational School District Support Staff Negotiated Agreement effective July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2027.
Move.
I'll second.
We have a move and a second. You have to roll call those?
Yes. Okay. Mr. Ayers?
Yes.
Mr. Vader?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Hanlon?
Yes.
Mrs. Kenny?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mr. Nagel?
Aye.
Mr. Probst?
Yes.
Mr. Wallace?
Yeah.
Mr. Watson?
Item 19, recommendation related to ratification of negotiated agreements. I recommend the Board of Education provide all non-union certified employees, excluding casual workers, with the same benefits that are provided under terms and conditions for the current Education Association negotiated agreement, and all non-union, non-certified employees, excluding casual workers, with the same benefits that are provided under terms and conditions for the current Support Staff Association negotiated agreement, unless otherwise agreed. These benefits only include articles pertaining to leaves, excludes maximum number of employees are permitted to take personally. Insurance, severance pay, tuition reimbursement not included in the same funds set aside for union members, longevity and signing bonus. Additionally, benefits for non-certified staff only, excluding casual workers, holiday and vacation provisions. I recommend the Board of Education approve the ratification of the negotiated agreements, agenda item 19.
I'll gladly make that motion.
You have a motion and a second. You have to roll call that one?
Yes. All remaining ones will be roll call.
Mr. Ayers?
Yes.
Mr. Vader? Yes. Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Hanlon?
Yes.
Mrs. Kenny?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mr. Nagel?
Aye.
Probst?
Yes.
Mr. Wallace? Mr. Watson?
We have two addendum items. Item 20, salary schedule increase for administrative support. Recommend approval of administrative support salary schedule with a 4% increase for fiscal year 2026 and a fiscal year increase for fiscal year 2027. I recommend the board approve agenda item 20.
So moved. Second.
You have to roll call those.
Mr. Ayers?
Yes.
Mr. Vader?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Hanlon?
Yes.
Mrs. Kenny?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mr. Nagel?
Aye.
Mr. Probst?
Yeah.
Mr. Wallace?
Yeah.
Mr. Watson?
Okay, I guess I have to do this one. Agenda item 21, salary for the treasurer. Recommend approval of salary of the treasurer to be increased an additional 2% for the fiscal year 2026. I recommend the Board of Education approve agenda item 21.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Ayers?
Yes.
Mr. Vader?
Yes.
Mr. Gardner?
Yeah.
Mr. Hanlon?
Yeah.
Mrs. Kenny?
Aye.
Mr. Moore?
Aye.
Mr. Nagel?
Aye.
Mr. Probst?
Yes.
Mr. Wallace?
Yeah.
Mr. Watson?
Aye.
Motion carried.
Is there any other business to come before the board?
Just a reminder that the law board meeting is July 28th, the last Monday of the month.
I believe so.
We had the board, did we already take action on that?
Yes,
we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yes, the 28th.
Okay, just a reminder, it will now be the 28th.
But it is here, so.
Yes.
Yes.
Just block those.
6 o'clock. Yes, sir.
Okay, if no other things, we will be adjourned.
7:41 p.m.
Thank you all. Got a lot done.
Wow, good.
Thanks, guys.